Hello everyone, I hope that you guys are doing well today. I have Miss Winona here and she's looking super cute. I'm sorry if you guys can't see her very well. The little new lighting thing that I've been using for videos has died, not like permanently, it just needs to be recharged. I've been using it a lot more for like Zoom meetings and things like that since I've been working in the basement where it's nice and quiet and I can stay focused. So yeah, that's been going well, but yeah, unfortunately it needs its charge time. But I still wanted to change Winona tonight, so I'm going to change her into this really pretty mint green long sleeve onesie with these adorable little bare knee pants, and then this cute little pink bear hat as well. We recently got about 2 feet of snow, an absolutely ridiculous amount. I know some places in my state got even more snow than that, so we were actually kind of lucky. And yeah, Winona is just in need for a warmer outfit. But kind of going on with my topic of this video, it always takes me a while to get into, I feel like. So you guys might have noticed that I did not make a video for last week, and here's kind of why. To be completely honest with you guys, I just haven't been as into Reborns lately. And for a lot of people, like when they hear that, it's like a, you know, like gasp and then silence, right? But, you know, when you've been in this hobby for such a long time, it's very natural to have kind of those ebbs and flows of times that you're more into the hobby and times that you're less into the hobby. And I feel like it just happens, you know? So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been up to lately, and then sort of talk about if you guys ever get into this predicament, or if you guys have been in this predicament, kind of what have you done and why, I guess. And let me just say, every single time I haven't been with my reborns in like a week or two, I just feel like they look so much more realistic when I come back to them. Like it's like this whole new like feeling is, you know, I've seen them a million times, right? But when you look at them really closely, when you have it for a while, like they just look even more realistic than what you've remembered. And I think that that's kind of cool. So just remember that if you're not super into the hobby and you're kind of looking to get back, is I feel like you're just even more impressed. Like just looking at her, like the sweet little details on her face and all of the little like red bunches. She just looks so realistic. But anyway, so yeah, what have I been up to lately? So I have been doing more of my like clinicals or field work, whatever you want to call it, from mostly at home. And so I don't have to spend as much time driving, which is fantastic, which means that I have like 2 more hours in my day than what I had before, because at my last rotation, if you guys were there with me through that, I wasn't making a whole lot of videos, or not making maybe as videos as consistently because I was just so busy. And you know, it wasn't just a 8-hour day. It was an 8-hour day plus an hour for lunch and like 2 hours on each end to get there and back. You know, so then that makes it into a 11-hour day, and you just don't, once you get home, you just don't want to do anything. And then that's kind of why I was talking about, you know, how to interact with your reborns if you don't really have a whole lot of time. But I found as soon as I did have this time and I was able to sort of have an extra 2 hours in my day where I can pick things that I want to do. And one of those things that I've kind of have been getting back into is yoga. I really enjoy doing yoga. I feel like it just makes my body feel so much better, and like it's like a weird feeling to describe, but like when I don't do yoga for a long time and then I start doing it again, like my body just feels like so much more loose and like relaxed, and I don't have as much like back pain. And just a whole lot of really good things have come out of that. So that's been really great, especially since, you know, working at home, you just don't move around as much. I've noticed, like, I will sit at my desk for like 5 hours, and then I'll be like, I haven't even gotten up except for like to pee in 5 hours, and that's not healthy. So I've been trying to get back into that and have been doing pretty good, been pretty consistent with it. And then I've also gotten back into crocheting, and I might have said this in like a previous video, but I'm totally the type of person who like, I will get like just super duper into one thing and then forget about everything else. And then like I just don't really have like a balance. Like some people like can like list hobbies that they kind of do like, you know, all the time or throughout the year or whatever. And like for me, it's just so like sporadic. Like, you know, for a couple months I'll just be like super duper into like needle felting, and I'll like buy like all the materials I need for like needle felting, and I'll get super into it and I'll make like a bunch of things. And then like all of a sudden I'm just like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. And then I'll kind of like jump into a different thing. So I've kind of discussed how like Reborns has really been a consistent sort of hobby for me, which is really impressive because I usually don't really have super consistent hobbies. But I've really been I've always liked doing something artsy. I feel like, especially when I have time to do something like artsy, other than just enjoying art, I love doing art. And so I feel like when I have more time than usual, that's typically what I get into. And I've noticed with crocheting, which is really cool, is I've been doing small projects, right? So I made this little, I hope that you guys could see that. I made this little cute crocheted triceratops. And that was a really fun project, but as you could tell, he is teeny tiny. And it took me like a week to get him done. A, because I haven't crocheted in a really long time. And B, you know, I've just been like really only working at it maybe like 30 minutes every day. And so I haven't gotten super far each day sort of a thing, but at the end of the week, having something that you've kind of accomplished like that has been really cool and really fun. So I finished that one, and then I just started my little stegosaurus, and so I am pretty excited to see how he turns out as well. I just started on him during my snow day, which was like 2-ish days ago. And so I was going to show you guys, but he's literally just like a head and then like a little part of the body. So it looks super awkward right now. But that's been really nice. And then, you know, so kind of what does happen when you're not super into the hobby at the moment? You just start doing other things, and then when you're ready, you come back. It's kind of just simple as that. And you need breaks from a hobby, or else you're going to get sick of it. And yeah, I think it's a very natural process to kind of be really, really interested in something and then kind of taper off into something else. Because if for just 10 years straight my main and only hobby was Reborns, I probably would be pretty tired of it, to be honest. And I think it's good to have a variety of different hobbies. When the weather is nice and it's not like this, I love to go hiking and fishing and camping and do all those sort of things. So, you know, I feel like that kind of changes as well. And it's okay. It's okay to feel like you've sort of drifted away from the hobby, and know that like if this is the right hobby for you, that you'll come back to it in the right time, and you kind of just have to trust that process. And I sort of remember the first time that I started becoming a little less interested in Reborns, and I thought it was just like the end, right? I was like, oh well, I guess, you know, I guess we're not gonna do Reborns anymore, you know. And but then every time I thought about going out of the hobby and leaving it fully, I would come back into my little nursery in my room, and I would pick up one of my dolls and be like, you know what, maybe this isn't something that I'm super into right now, but it's something that I want to continue, if that makes sense. And I feel like as long as you have that feeling, then, you know, it's not really anything to worry about. And if you ask anyone who's been in the reborn hobby for more than 5 years, you can ask them. They've taken at least one break, even if it was like a short break, right? Like a month or so. Sometimes you just need that, and that's okay. And that's kind of the key to staying in the hobby for a long time, I actually think, is truly it's taking breaks. And one of the things that I've kind of noticed that a couple other YouTubers that I enjoy watching in the reborn hobby have kind of done the same thing that I am considering doing, or have done, I guess, is they've sort of committed to make at least like a certain amount of videos per week or per month, so that they're still kind of a part of the reborn hobby, even if they're exploring their other interests. And so I want to keep on doing that, because every time I come back, I enjoy it so much. And so it's clearly something that I want to stay around. But yeah, so I kind of want to know what you guys sort of think or do when you take a break. Has it happened before? And how long have you had Reborns? I think the first break that I took from Reborns, I was probably about 3 or 4 years in before I can like really think of like a major break that I took away from the hobby. Yeah, that's actually quite a long time to be just like constant in there. And I was thinking about it, you guys, next month, or no, 2 months from now, it'll be my 10-year anniversary of having reborn dolls. That blows my mind. That is so long to be just in one hobby. That's almost like half of my life. It's weird to think about. But anyway, I'll make a video when that comes up, and thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to see you guys in the next video, and if it is snowy near you guys, please stay warm and safe on the roads. Alright, bye everyone.